The Bakersfield Three, a tale of tragedy, mystery, and connection. The Bakersfield Three is the haunting true story of three individuals, Micah Holson Bake, Bailey Despot, and James Kulstad, whose lives were tragically and mysteriously intertwined in Bakersfield, California. This gripping case, filled with unanswered questions and chilling revelations, has captivated true crime enthusiasts and raised important discussions about justice, community, and resilience. The case, 3 lives, 1 tragic intersection. The story of the Bakersfield Three began in 2018 when 3 young adults, all connected in some way, either disappeared or were murdered under suspicious circumstances. 1. Micah Holson Bake, 35, was last seen in late March 2018. Weeks later, a severed arm matching his DNA was discovered in the Kern River, solidifying the suspicion that he had been murdered. Holson Bake was known to have ties to Bailey Despot and other individuals involved in local criminal activities. 2. Bailey Despot, 20, disappeared in April 2018 and has not been seen or heard from since. Authorities suspect she may have been involved in Micah Holson Bake's death. Her disappearance remains unsolved, and she is presumed dead. 3. James Kulstad, 38, was shot and killed in his car in April 2018. His murder remains unsolved, but his family believes there is a connection between his death and the disappearances of Holson Bake and Despot. While the 3 were not lifelong friends, they had overlapping connections through mutual acquaintances, including individuals involved in illegal activities such as drugs and weapons dealing. The convergence of their stories has left their families and the public grappling with how and why these tragedies occurred. The role of the Bakersfield police. The investigation into the Bakersfield Three has been fraught with challenges, including allegations of police mishandling, lack of communication, and limited resources. The complexity of the case, with its mix of missing persons, murder, and alleged criminal activity, has made it difficult to unravel. In 2021, Despot's boyfriend, Matthew Queen, was arrested and charged with Micah Holson Bake's murder. Prosecutors alleged that Queen and Despot were involved in his killing, framing it as part of a violent altercation involving criminal disputes. Queen was convicted in 2022 and sentenced to decades in prison. However, many questions remain unanswered, particularly regarding Despot's disappearance and Kulstad's murder. The families fight for justice. The families of the Bakersfield Three have been instrumental in keeping the case in the public eye. Frustrated by the slow progress of the investigation, they banded together to create awareness, forming an unlikely alliance in their shared grief and determination to seek justice. They founded the Bakersfield Three Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping families of missing and murdered persons navigate the legal and emotional challenges they face. The foundation provides resources, raises awareness about unsolved cases, and advocates for policy changes to support victims' families. The larger implications. The case of the Bakersfield Three has sparked broader discussions about systemic issues in law enforcement, the challenges of solving crimes linked to drug and gang activity, and the human cost of societal neglect. It also highlights the resilience of families who refuse to let their loved ones' stories fade into obscurity. Media coverage and public interest. The case has been covered extensively in local and national media, as well as in true crime podcasts and documentaries. The gripping nature of the story, its mix of mystery, tragedy, and unresolved questions, has captured the attention of audiences worldwide. Many remain invested in the hope of finding answers for the families and holding all involved parties accountable. Unanswered questions. Despite significant developments, the case is far from resolved. Bailey Despot's disappearance and James Kulstad's murder remain unsolved, and the full extent of what happened to Micah Holson Bake is still unclear. The interconnectedness of the 3 cases raises haunting questions about the people and events that tied them together and whether more secrets remain buried in Bakersfield. A legacy of advocacy. The legacy of the Bakersfield Three extends beyond the tragic circumstances of their lives and deaths. Their families' advocacy efforts have turned their pain into a mission for justice, bringing attention to the challenges faced by families of missing and murdered persons. The case serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of persistence, community support, and the pursuit of truth in the face of unimaginable loss.